Welcome to the session. Today we will understand reading as one of the important language skills. Reading is the act of receiving meaning from the written word. It is the process of making sense of written language. Reading is a receptive skill since the reader is at the receiving end. He receives the message communicated by the writer and tries to comprehend the idea. The first lesson in the development of reading skill is learning of the sound symbol correspondence. The written symbols and alphabets are attributed with sounds and are pronounced. When we see the letter A, we pronounce it as A. Later, we combine letters and pronounce the corresponding words, combine words and utter complete sentences. This shows that reading is a developmental process. Meaningful reading is always an active process with the background knowledge of language elements. The written text is to be decoded by way of articulation, speech and pronunciation. These processes make reading a psycholinguistic guessing game. The process skills of reading. The second language learner must be able to read unfamiliar texts at a reasonable speed with adequate level of comprehension. It requires development of specific sub-skills. The process skills of reading are: 1. Reading silently with a reasonable speed. Based on the purpose of reading, the reader has to regulate the time to be spent for the intended level of comprehension. If the text is to be analyzed thoroughly, deep reading is required. Within reasonable time, the reader has to complete reading process. Extensive reading. Reading need not always be with thorough comprehension. One may read just for the sake of enjoying the process. There is no need to read and comprehend each and every word and sentence. Adapting reading strategies. The decision on how to read a text depends on the purpose of reading, the nature of the text, background knowledge of the reader and his previous experience in reading variety language materials. Based on the immediate situation, the reader has to pace and adapt appropriate strategies and techniques to ensure maximum level of output. Reading techniques like skimming and scanning are to be learnt. Predicting events. While reading, the reader's mind will be going a little bit faster and he could read, comprehend, interpret and predict events from what has been already comprehended. The ability to predict depends on the reader's previous experience. Extracting specific information. The text we read need not be recalled in full to ensure comprehension, and often it is not possible. The reader has to note down the key ideas and sometimes he may have to prepare a summary. The ability to distinguish between what is relevant and what is not, the ability to discard unwanted explanations and repetitions, and the ability for logical thinking are required for meaningful reading. Interpreting non-text information. The material for reading will sometimes carry non-verbal presentations like pictures, graphs, diagrams, etc. Interpretation of such devices reinforces and illustrates the idea presented verbally. The reader has to interpret such non-textual information using punctuations, symbols, spacing, layout, etc. Comprehending words and structures. The structure of language, the style of presentation and the words used in a text depend on the context of writing. The reader has to comprehend the meaning intended by the writer. Now, let us see the kinds of reading. The process of reading depends on our answers to three questions: What do we read? How do we read? And when do we read? To answer these questions appropriately, we should know who the reader is and why he should read. Based on these multiple factors related to reading, we read differently. It can be mechanical or meaningful, silent or loud reading. Again, the process of intensive reading and extensive reading are different. When English is learned as second language, learners at school level are expected to develop these kinds of reading. 1. Meaningful and mechanical reading. The learner engages in reading and goes through the material at his own pace, clarifying the doubts and gaining language and ideas towards the end of the process. This is meaningful reading. An example is reading a poem. Mechanical or choral reading is with the purpose of enjoyment and not comprehension. It helps develop attitude and interest in reading. Good pronunciation and intonation habits could be developed. For example, reciting a rhyme. Now, let us see the difference between silent and loud reading. Reading without producing sound is called silent reading. The purpose of such a reading is to get at the facts and thoughts quickly or just for enjoyment. Expansion of one's vocabulary is another benefit. Silent reading is a mental exercise which can be done at one's own pace without struggling with pronunciation of words. Once he finishes reading, there is a sense of achievement. Comprehension becomes easy if the difficulties with respect to new words and structures could be removed through scaffold. In reading aloud, the script is turned into sound, expressing the beauty of words and emotions. Loud reading helps in learning sounds and correct pronunciation. Listeners can understand whether the reading is with comprehension. There is another classification into intensive and extensive reading. A detailed correct comprehension of the text is intended through intensive reading. Variety reading techniques are to be learned. The teacher can provide help with regard to unfamiliar language elements. Authentic texts are to be learned since acquisition of language is the primary purpose of intensive reading. Extensive reading develops the habit of fluent reading and the purpose is enjoyment. It promotes fast reading and develops positive attitude to language along with a general understanding of the content presented. Now, let us see the different levels of reading. Intensive reading itself can be performed at 4 levels depending on the purpose of reading, the sub-skills to be developed and also the level of the learner. The phases of reading are: first one, literal level. It means complete understanding of the information, facts and ideas stated in the text. The words and sentences are to be contextually comprehended. The reader need not think deeply in order to get the content. Whatever is directly stated is comprehended as such. The second one is interpretive level. To interpret the ideas which are directly stated in the text, we have to read between lines. The reader infers main ideas and relationships which are not explicitly stated. He has to go beyond the surface meaning. In the light of previous knowledge and experiences, idioms and other indirect expressions are to be interpreted in the given text. The third level of reading is creative level. Along with complete comprehension and interpretation, the reading material could generate new ideas, thoughts and insights in the reader. Creative reading requires the ability to predict and imagine things. And the fourth level is critical level. The highest level of reading demands personal judgment of the text by the reader. He can assess it by analyzing and commenting on the language properties, style, accuracy and appropriateness of expressions. The background or the context of writing must be the platform for criticism. Now, let us see how to teach reading. Reading is caught rather than taught. It is also true that readers are made by readers. The teacher must be an ardent reader suggesting good, interesting texts. Thus, reciprocal reading is an effective strategy to create new readers. Using texts at appropriate linguistic levels, learners can be trained in skimming, scanning, etc. Another measure to develop reading habit is to set up a class library. Selected materials including textbooks, reference books, newspapers, children's magazines, brochures, etc. can be borrowed or collected. Learners can themselves be in charge of the library. Readers Club, Literary Association, English Language Club, etc. will serve as boosters and reduce the fear and anxiety related to foreign language learning. How to develop reading? There are basically two approaches to reading. They are the top down and the bottom up approach. The bottom up approach views reading as a process of decoding written symbols and small words. Simultaneously, the meaning is understood. On the other hand, one may need to comprehend the text to identify the words and patterns. It is the top down approach wherein whole texts are read and the learners take efforts to acquire language mainly through self learning or through facilitation. A good teacher can follow both the approaches. Now, let us see some of the techniques to develop reading skill. A few suggested activities are: 1. Close text. Close text is a text where every nth word is deleted. The reader has to predict the words and phrases, and the skills of anticipation, organization of ideas, use of cohesive devices, etc. can be developed. To take an example, with the aim to familiarize the learner with the appropriate use of a few vocabulary items, the teacher can make the preparation like look up the word if there are difficulties. The instructions: read the passage and find a word from the list provided to fit into each blank space. Another example is scrambled text. The aim of such task will be to develop active reading and to focus on the organization of the text. The instruction can be like this: the events in a story are listed. Arrange the statements in the correct sequence to get a story. Let us see another example: reading comprehension. And the aim is to read and comprehend the important ideas. Instruction: read the report and answer the questions. A fourth example is information transfer, with the aim to recognize and extract relevant information from a reading text. The instruction: making use of the information from the text, complete the diagram. Another task is reading library, with the aim to read and comprehend real texts. The instruction can be read and complete the text for a meaningful reading by substituting the pictorial presentations with corresponding words. Book review is another example, and the aim can be to develop creative and critical levels of reading. Instruction: learn the rules of reporting different events. With this understanding of reading, let us see the phases in reading activity. A reading task is to be presented systematically with 3 phases: pre-reading phase, while reading phase and post reading phase. Pre-reading phase. Anything will be read if only a sense of need or interest is aroused. In a classroom situation, the teacher will have to create specific needs for reading particular pieces. The teacher has to take into account the prerequisites regarding knowledge, ideas, opinions and the way to draw them out for use, and also the purpose of reading. Based on this, the text can be introduced to the learner in an appropriate way. Thus, make them want to read the text, help relate the text to their own interest, aims and involve learners by giving a few guiding or signpost questions or by organizing a pre-reading activity. The introduction must be short. The second phase is while reading phase. Questions as to what a text says, how it is organized, what content is to be extracted, what is the learner's inference, what reading style is to be followed and what language is to be developed, etc. are the guiding questions in reading process. In this phase, understanding the writer's purpose, organization of the text and also classification of content are expected. Usual comprehension questions are examples. The third phase is post-reading phase. In this phase, the reader consolidates and reflects upon what is read and relates to the learner's own knowledge, interest or views. This phase contributes to the other three language skills. Recollecting similar situation, dealing with incomplete situation, etc. are the events. Development of reading process involves some problems at secondary level. Now, let us see some of the problems. Faulty reading habits. An example is vocalization. While reading, one forms the sounds of the words and murmurs them. The tendency will be to read word by word and not in sense groups. At the elementary level, the spoken word helps in interpreting the written word, but at higher levels, it stands as a balm in reducing the speed of reading by 150 to 200 words per minute. Another example is pace. Finger pointing in order not to lose the line or the word that one is deciphering, or in order to fix concentration, learners move their fingers along the line. This bad habit will reduce the speed. To avoid this tendency, large type of adequate spacing can be provided in the reading material. Then we will see regression. The eyes move back on the already read out words or lines. This reduces the speed of reading to a great extent. Subvocalization. It is a severe form of vocalization. Here, the reader speaks to himself. While reading along with visual perception, a process of inner speech goes on, which is necessary for comprehension. The second major problem is inability in using non-text or non-verbal, non-linear information. Interpretation of graphs, meaningful comprehension of pictures, diagrams, interpretation of tables, figures, etc. These may not be always integral parts of a text. Pictures of unfamiliar items, diagrams in a language game, tables and figures in a summary, etc. become integral in meaningful reading. Such devices will provide assistance in comprehension. Thus, text becomes complemented by non-text. Really, non-linear text is pregnant with language. The third major problem is difficulty with the script. Print script is always recommended since cursive and running script will make it difficult for the reader to understand easily by making it less clear and illegible. The script has a vital role in making the mindset of the reader. The fourth problem is a lack of knowledge about symbols, punctuation marks and other mechanical devices. Then the other problems are difficulties with vocabulary or word blocking and structural items, lack of practice in dictionary, inadequate practice in skimming and scanning, and faulty visual perception, head swinging, etc. Skimming and scanning are two important techniques to develop a reading skill. Now, let us see what are these techniques. A successful reader is not expected to read through each and every word of the text. He should master the techniques to select a text or part of the text that is worth spending time. Skimming and scanning are techniques for such cursory reading. The reader can go fast and have a meaningful reading. Skimming is giving a rapid glance through the text to get the gist. Skimming improves average reading speed, saving time. That is, skimming ensures more output in less time. Skimming will not give a full comprehension of the content because we will leave irrelevant portions unread. Finding the key sentences that carry the main idea, suggesting the most suitable title, matching paragraphs with topic sentences are a few techniques for skimming. Scanning is the process of searching for a specific piece of information. Sometimes we scan to get an initial impression on the use of the text for a given purpose. We have a question in mind and we scan text to find an answer. The reader has to fix in mind what he is searching for. Glance swiftly down the pages to locate the information we need. Here, chapter titles, headings of chapter divisions, side headings, italics will serve as hints. Noting down the required specific information, reading the passage keeping in mind the pre-reading questions and focusing on specific information are a few techniques to practice scanning. Assessment of reading. Some of the items for testing reading comprehension are matching tests. Example, word matching to identify the words same as on the left side. Let us see an example. The word now. On the right hand side, 4 words are given: bow, now, hero, move. So, the student has to select the exactly similarly pronounced word from the list given. Another example is sentence matching. To identify the sentence same as the given sentence. Then pictures and sentence matching. To identify the picture related to a given statement. Finding out one word, true or false tests, that is questions based on a given passage, multiple choice items, that is questions based on the text, completion items or recall type, items for rearrangement, open-ended items, questions which elicit subjective responses which range from one word to 2 or 3 sentences. Another major item is clues test. Passages or stories in which every nth word is either deleted or presented using pictures. The reader has to substitute the pictures or just fill up using appropriate words. Now, let us summarize what we have understood about reading skill. This module on reading has presented the processes involved in developing the skill among secondary level learners. A good reader has to master different kinds of reading and he must be able to read at different levels. The techniques to develop these skills were also discussed. Reading tasks are to be presented in the class systematically with 3 main phases: pre-reading, while reading and post-reading. There are certain problems in teaching and training reading skill. These problems were also discussed. The module concluded with the techniques to assess the skill. Before we attend the next unit, please try to answer the following questions. 1. Write a brief note on the different levels of reading. 2. Write about any 3 process skills of reading. 3. What is skimming? 4. List the problems in reading. Here are some reference books for you. Integrated Second Language Acquisition by R. Ellis, Basil Blackwell, Massachusetts, 1990. The Practice of English Language Teaching by J. Harmer, Longman, Essex, 1983. How to Teach English by J. Harmer, Longman, Essex, 1997. Research based methods of reading instruction by S. Vaughan, Association for Curriculum Development, USA, 2004. Thank you for watching the program. We can meet again with another topic soon. Till then, take care.